I always like to tell people I share my frustrations because I want other, specifically Black and queer creators, to know that this shit is not easy. Like, I think people think because they see the blue check, they see me on someone's stage, they see me on someone's, you know, Amber Ruffin was on my podcast a couple of months ago and people were like, oh my God, they see all the big stuff, but no one's talking about the stuff that's happening in the background. And so I always like to lead with that. But when you ask the question, is there a specific moment where I feel like I was like, wow, this is actually working? You know, I tell this story. I don't know if it was in my book or not, but I know I have told the story somewhere. But I remember almost a year ago. So I have to preface this with saying my husband is a huge Spice Girls fan. It's random. Jerry Hallwell had released a book. And so we went to the Grove to see her and to get his book signed. I guess a family had spotted me and had ultimately, like, it was a huge, I wouldn't say huge, but it was like a Black family. It was 2 queer women and they had their 3 kids with them. And they came up to me and they were like, oh my God. They were like, are you Dr. John Paul? And I was like, yes. And I'm always very iffy when people, because, you know, I always say I'm a micro influencer. So I don't see myself as being one of those people that everybody named Mama know, you know? And so it's always kind of a little off-putting when just a random moment of someone spotting me, you know, happens. And so I'm standing there and I'm like, yeah, you know, that's me. Thank you. You know, it's really nice to meet you. And you're just trying to be really normal about it. And the woman basically says, you know, I am just so thankful you and your work exists because we have a queer son. You know, he's not here with us, but he's queer. And, you know, we've been trying to navigate some stuff with him. And your podcast has been helping us navigate a lot of conversations with him. And so, you know, they were just basically saying they were so grateful that my podcast and my work exists. And that was kind of like the moment for me, right? Where I was like, wow, like something I'm actually doing, or this dream, you know, that I've kind of put out into the world is actually working. So yeah, there are moments where I'm annoyed, the human, but there are moments where I'm like, yeah, this is actually doing what I wanted to do.